What's up, Victor? How's it going?
Doing great, Ryan. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring you on to just talk about your experience with having your first cash flow channel, and obviously started multiple, but your channel now is your first channel that you started with us is doing somewhere around 2 to 3K per month.
It's about 2,300 to 2,400 right now.
Wow.
And to put things in perspective, I jumped into your program and wasn't sure what to expect. And a lot of people looked at me and said, "Well, you have a YouTube channel. What are we doing? Why are you looking at Ryan's program?" Because of the fast track system that you have. And that's what I'm needing. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that was completely automated. And lo and behold, my channel got monetized within 3 weeks of me starting the channel. So I was completely blown away and sold on the system because it really works.
Nice, nice. And to give perspective too, like tell us about what you were doing before, and because maybe some people don't know that you actually have a YouTube channel yourself, like a personal brand channel where you show your face.
Yeah, so I've had a YouTube, my personal brand channel for about 3 years now, and I got into YouTube because I thought it was the best way. Video sales I knew were powerful, so I decided I'm going to try YouTube. I knew nothing about YouTube when I started, so I decided to jump in, and I quickly found out that creating YouTube videos can be a bit of a grind, and it can be very time consuming. And in a lot of cases, it was frustrating too. But I stuck with it, and my channel did grow, not as fast as yours, of course, but my channel did grow. I have about 165,000 followers, subscribers on my channel, and it's continuing to grow. But it took me, perspective wise, talking about getting monetized, it took me a year and 2 months before I got my first 1,000 subscribers and
Wow.
4,000 watch hours. And then it took me another a month to actually get. Actually, I'm sorry. It took me a year and 2 months, a little bit over a year and 2 months to get those things and get monetized. And then, of course, it snowballed after that, and it took me another 8 months to get 100,000 more subscribers after that. But it was the year and 2 months of really working every day, putting the work in, sometimes at odd hours of the night, because I do have a full-time career that I love and that I still work at. So I do this part-time, but because I do it part-time, I that's where I didn't want to start over another YouTube channel and do the things that I did that took me to get it monetized to begin with. So I needed to find a system and somebody that I trusted, and follow their lead and their experience, and I found it, and I've already started my second cash flow channel.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. And wow, to get perspective, that's a long time, like a year to get monetized versus, 30 days now,
The
pretty
3 weeks.
consistently. 3 weeks, 3 weeks.
It
Wow.
took me three
One
weeks
of
to
our,
get monetized with your program. So,
wow.
it definitely works. I'm a firm believer in automation,
Yes.
efficiency, and putting systems in place, but not just putting systems in place, but putting systems in place that work, that have been tested. And I know you've done those things with your cash flow system. You've spent a lot of hours, a lot of months, and money, your own money out of your pocket, testing these things, and now you've kind of perfected it, and that's the finished product that I'm enjoying right now. So yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
everything that you've been able to do and to help us all out.
Yeah, no, thank you, Victor, for following the program and being a success story. I mean, that's the best I could ask for. It's awesome. Um, what do you think like is the most important part for someone who's getting into YouTube automation as a business model? Like, what is the most important thing in your eyes? Is it the content? Is it the team? Is it, like the algorithm, or what is it that makes a long-term sustainable YouTube channel like grow and last and build revenue?
I think it's a combination. I think it's the system. It's got to be the
Yeah.
right system and all the parts of it that are actually working, you know, like a finely tuned machine. So if you have good content, but you don't have very good, you know, editors and very good, you know, so you're missing something there. If you have
Yeah.
great editors and things, and you don't have the good content or great thumbnails or all those things, the algorithm is going to miss something with your channel, in my opinion. So
Right.
having a system that effectively works well,
Mhm.
and the nice thing about it is that it works for somebody like me who does have YouTube experience, but we also have people in the inner circle that have never even touched YouTube before that are crushing it with your system. So that tells you that anybody can do it, and it tells you that it works. But to answer your question, I think it's the sum of all the parts of it that have to come together at the right time with the right type of system, and then executing it and following the steps. And I think it's as simple as that. The other important thing, on a personal note, whoever decides to do this has to be committed to it as well. Okay, you've got to have a
Yeah.
commitment to yourself and to your business. And you can have the best system in the world, but if you're not doing the work, if you're not, you know, putting in some of the work, even though it is automated, and the work that we do is very minimal, to be honest with you, but you got to be committed to seeing it through, because everybody grows differently.
Yeah. 100%. And that's what I see too. And like, I think this business model is definitely, it's not quick money. It's not, running a Facebook ad and turning $1 into four. And, but also then again, Facebook ads get shut down, business managers get shut down. What I like about YouTube is that, you do have to commit for the long term. You have to pay your team channel
Sure.
expenses around, let's just say $500 a month. But, and like we have clients that are, doing 9K with their channel, and they're looking at that $500 per month expense, and they're like, well, that was worth
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So
Yep. And
yeah,
those individuals that are that are making the 6 and 9K, they just started too. So it goes to show everybody grows differently. I'm
yeah,
not there yet with my channels yet, but I know how this works. Okay, I'm
right,
already making some profit on my on the first channel I started with you, and I just got the second channel monetized. I know what's going to happen, and I know how it's going to work. It's all about my commitment, the consistency, and just following the plan and the system.
right, yeah, and 100%, and also like for me, I think the team building was kind of my favorite part of teaching in the system, because I don't like, there's really not much out there that goes over that. And that's something that I learned from a different mentorship that I paid for, like business coaching that I paid thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for, that I implemented into this YouTube system. So that's kind of the cool part. Like, hopefully you enjoyed that part, as far as like getting an actor or actress and an editor, that work together synergistically to produce those
Oh,
videos.
yeah, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, Ryan. I didn't know what to expect when, because that's part of your program, is you do the training for the actors and the editors, and you invest the time and the effort in the training system and all that. So by the time they're handed off, I wasn't sure, but let me tell you, these are hand-picked, well-educated individuals that know what they're doing, and they do an outstanding job. They do a better job than I do, even with my 3 years of experience on my YouTube channel. I'm being honest with you. I mean, they're very, very good at what they do.
Yeah.
So that's part of that system I was talking about. That's also a really important part of making this work, and is having the right people, and also married to the right system with the right training and the right support, and then boom, there you go. You have successful people that have never found success online before, that are making thousands of dollars right now. So it's incredible.
Right. Would you say, like, I guess, what is your goal? Like, how many channels do you want to get to? Do you have a certain number, or you're just kind of doing it as you go?
Yeah, well, so yeah, I do have a certain number. My number is 9,
Okay.
just because you're not at 9 yet, or maybe you are.
No, not
Okay.
quite yet. Yeah.
So in my head, I'm thinking 9, okay, because eventually eventually I plan to have it completely automated with the systems in place, right?
Right.
And that's my goal. Okay, so and that's my long-term goal. That's what I see, because I know the power of YouTube. There's a lot of real estate on YouTube. A lot of people think, oh, it's saturated. No, it's not. It's not saturated at all.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of people on every day, okay, from all
Yeah.
over the world. There's a lot of real estate left on YouTube. And you're controlling what you're doing with your program on top of that, which is helping all of us as well. Um,
Yeah.
so that's my goal, is to have at least 9 channels eventually, in
Nice.
different niches, the niches I've never, and that's the exciting part for me, the niches that I've never even been involved in.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of the program. You can join a niche that you don't know a whole lot about, and it's going to be automated anyway, as long as it's got a good CPM, and as long, and as long as it's paying out well, and then there, there are viewers for that niche, it'll work. It doesn't matter what the niche is.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great goal. I mean, and who knows? It's like you can't really determine the exact revenue of each channel. Like some of them will pull in, like I say, my worst channel is doing about 1,500, but my best is doing like 18,000 a month. So it's like
Right.
you
I
can't,
mean,
the more the better, right? The
right.
more the better.
You're just adding another revenue, or another stream of revenue. That's all you are. You just keep
Yeah.
adding to your
Yep.
portfolio, and eventually you're making 50, 60 a month
Yep. Yep.
consistently over the course of some time, of course, and work and the effort. But yeah, it definitely works, man. And I'm excited about, what's going to happen in the coming months and years with this system that you've created.
Awesome. Thank you, Victor. Yeah. I guess I'll leave you with this one last question. Like for someone who's getting started with this business model, this is obviously a newer business model. I found out about it, just a couple years ago, but it was really kind of like hush hush. No one was talking about it. What would be your advice to someone getting started, um,
Yeah.
to be successful with it?
Sure. I'm going to go back to my commitment
Yeah.
answer earlier. You got to be committed to it, to yourself, to your business, and commit to the program because it works. The other piece of advice is have a mindset of the long game. Okay. Yes, some people are getting results within 30 days and 60 days, but there's some channels that just, they all grow differently. So be prepared for those things. It will come. As long as you consistently put the product out there, you're eventually going to get what you're looking for. And the other advice I would give anybody is be open-minded, because you have to be open-minded when you're working online, and especially on YouTube, and you have other people helping you, on your team. You've got to be open-minded to suggestions. And I mean, I'm talking about content stuff now. You have to be open-minded to making tweaks and things like that. And to me, that's part of the fun. And my last piece of advice is going to be, it's never too old, it's never too late or too soon to start. I'm in my 50s, okay? And people are looking at me like, well, you have a YouTube channel? I mean, really? And I'm like, yeah, I've got more than one YouTube channel. How about that?
Yeah. Making
And
six
then,
figures.
and yeah, making 6 figures. Thank you. Okay. And I do it, and I have a full-time career as well. So you can do this even if you have a full-time career. Don't use that as an excuse, because it is an automated system. That's the best fit for somebody who's still working. I mean,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I look for. I'm not looking for things that I have to set a funnel up and, and then connect this with that and blue, I'm not looking for that. Okay. I'm looking for something that I can automate so that while I'm still working at my career, it's still working for me. So no excuses, come in with an open mind. Okay. And follow the process and commit to it. And I promise anybody who starts this with that mindset, you're going to find success.
I love it, Victor.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
That's right.
Well, thank you for jumping on the call, sharing your experience. Like I'm sure whoever's watching, you're gonna get, you got lots of value from this. And yeah, Victor, to your success.
Hey, man, I really appreciate it, guys. And thank you for having me on, Ryan. I appreciate it. And guys, whoever's watching, don't hesitate. Talk to Ryan, man. He's the truth. He's the truth. All right. So thanks for